On Agriculture with Britton Rucker.
The wheat harvest is over for many Kansas farmers, but others are running behind due to recent rain and flooding. That story ahead. Plus, ag innovation, expert insights, and big-time networking coming to Wichita soon. I'll sit down with K-State's Dr. Jason Warner to talk about the Can't Miss event, bringing it all together. A good evening and welcome into Eye on Agriculture. I'm Britton Rucker. A wheat harvest is underway here in Kansas. Some farmers are done cutting while others are still hard at work. As Gabriela Hernandez shows us, recent rain and storms have put some farmers behind in their harvest.
We're normally not cutting quite this late.
While wheat harvest has wrapped up for some, Butler County farmer Paul Jansen says they're cutting their last field.
As far as that goes, I mean, the calendar can tell you one thing, but you kind of just have to go with whatever Mother Nature gives you, and this year it's just a little later.
Mother Nature brought weeks of rain and flash flooding, and sometimes severe weather like high winds and hail, bringing along some challenges for farmers during harvest.
There's a bunch of factors working against us. The longer the crop is in the field, the better chance of there being a storm that blows it over or hails it out.
Even with some delays, Jansen says overall,
I think by and large it's been pretty good for people.
According to the latest Kansas wheat harvest report, yields have been above average compared to the past 3 years and are landing around average overall. So for now,
Hope if it does rain, it's just a nice gentle rain. It doesn't come with wind, hail, anything else to really mess it up.
They'll race against the clock and the weather before planting double crop beans, leaving us with this reminder.
Time is of the essence. There's a whole industry outside of the field that all kind of works together. A bunch of steps go into going to the store and getting a loaf of bread.
In Butler County, Gabriela Hernandez, 12 News.
Extreme heat is taking a toll on dairy farms. A new study finds just one day of extreme heat can cut milk production by as much as 10%, and that can last more than 10 days. Even high-tech cooling systems can't fully offset the impact. The USDA is once again halting cattle and equine imports at the southern border. It comes after a new case of New World screwworm was detected in Mexican cattle closer to the U.S.-Mexico border than previous cases. Now, last week, the USDA announced plans to reopen ports following their closure in May, but now we do not know when that could happen. The USDA has staff in Mexico to assist the government with treating and monitoring the disease. President Trump signed the big beautiful bill on July 4th, and according to some tax experts, it's packed with some major wins for farmers. Ag tax expert Paul Neiffer gives it a solid B+ grade, citing big changes to reference prices, crop insurance support, and farm income rules. One major fix: LLCs can now get equal treatment to general partnerships when it comes to farm program payments, potentially unlocking tens of thousands more in support. Equipment sales now count as farm income, and beginning farmers can get 10 years of advanced crop insurance benefits instead of 5. Bonus depreciation is back at 100%. Section 179 is bumped to $2.5 million, and the estate tax exemption jumps to $30 million per couple starting in 2026. Federal help is now available if you suffered crop losses from natural disasters in 2023 or 2024. The USDA announced this week $16 billion in funds will now be available through the Supplemental Disaster Relief Program. Now, you can show up at your FSA office to apply if you suffered any losses that were covered by crop insurance. If you had uncovered losses, you can begin signing up in the fall. We'll let you know when the USDA announces that sign-up date. A possible closure of the Strait of Hormuz could send global fertilizer prices soaring. That's according to new research from Rabobank. Now, the strait handles up to 45% of urea exports, along with key volumes of ammonia, phosphates, and sulfur. Rising tensions in the region have already impacted prices, and experts warn a full closure could drive fertilizer costs up by 70 to even 80%. While the U.S. isn't as heavily dependent on imports right now, countries like Brazil and India are, and any disruption could ripple across the global markets. Analysts say farmers should brace for sustained high prices heading into 2026, even without a full shutdown of the strait. The USDA says it's taking action to protect American agriculture. The agency announced its National Farm Security Action Plan. Part of the plan focuses on tracking and preventing foreign land ownership and other business in the agriculture industry. That includes a new online portal showing you where foreign land is owned in the United States. The plan also requires states to begin sharing information later this month to ensure illegal immigrants do not receive SNAP benefits, which are administered by the USDA. Still ahead on Eye on Agriculture, new tariffs on imports from Brazil could mean higher beef prices. The latest just ahead.